She called me trash on a Sunday. He punched me that night. Blood filled my mouth before I could say his name. My own brother, Michael, my blood. The same boy who once took a beating for me in 7th grade. Now swinging fists in defense of a woman who laughed at my clothes, my job, my life. 10 years ago, he cut me off like I was some loose thread in his polished life. No goodbye, just silence. 10 years of nothing until yesterday. They stood at the gates of my oceanfront mansion. Her in her designer desperation, him behind her like a shadow. She smiled like she still had the upper hand. He didn't smile at all. We're moving in, she said. I just smiled back and locked the gate. Then I walked away to get ready to speak, because it was time he learned who took his place. Michael and I weren't always different. We shared bunk beds, comic books, and backyard wars. But where I stayed grounded, he wanted more. More money, more status, more applause. Then he met her, Cassandra, the kind of woman who wore ambition like perfume and used it to choke out everyone in the room. I played nice at first. I even brought a gift to their engagement dinner. She didn't unwrap it, just looked me up and down and said, "Michael, did you invite the help?" He laughed, not because it was funny, but because it was easier than defending me. I should have walked away that night. But loyalty's a hard drug. It started small. Phone calls that went unanswered. Holidays missed. Mom's funeral. He was there, but his eyes weren't. They sat across the room at the reading of the will, her hand on his knee like a leash. He didn't speak to me once. And then one day, I saw the final proof. A group photo on his law firm's website. Caption, "The family that wins together." He stood next to her brothers. I was gone. Erased. No warning, no reason, just deleted. That night, I poured a glass of bourbon and stared at my ceiling for hours. Not sad, not angry, focused. The plan wasn't revenge. Not at first. It was resurrection. I took every dime I had and invested. Real estate, tech startups, a logistics firm no one believed in until it exploded during the pandemic. I didn't post about it. I didn't brag. I just built quietly, relentlessly. I bought the house on the cliff not for the view, but for the symbolism. Elevated, untouchable. And then I waited because time always shows the cracks. Their fall started the way all falls do. Debt, lawsuits, whispers in dark corners. Michael lost a major client over an ethics complaint. Cassandra tried to pivot to influencer life, but the algorithm wasn't kind to has-beens. Then came the divorce rumors, then the market crash. And then just like that, they were at my gate. She looked thinner, desperate. He looked lost. And now he stood there, face against the intercom camera, muttering, "We just need a place until things stabilize." I buzzed him in, not to stay, to watch. I led them through the marble hallway, past oil paintings and the kind of silence that echoes money. She tried to compliment the decor. I didn't answer. He finally said it. "You did good for yourself, man." I stopped walking, turned. "No thanks to you." The words hit him like a delayed punch. Had tried to laugh it off, but I could see it. The unraveling, the realization. "You're angry." "No," I said, "anger is loud. I've been silent." He looked around, probably wondering where they'd sleep. That's when the front door opened again, and she walked in. Not Cassandra. Maya, my partner, the woman he once said was a waste of my time. Maya, who now runs a private equity firm and has more power in her email drafts than Cassandra ever had in her prime. She kissed my cheek, looked at them both, and said, "Oh, you didn't tell me the parasites were arriving." Cassandra blinked like she'd been slapped. Michael stared at Maya. "You're with her?" he said. "No," I replied. "She's with me. There's a difference." I didn't raise my voice, didn't gloat. I just walked them to the door they thought they'd entered Yesterday. "You replaced me," he said finally softly. I met his eyes for the first time in a decade. "No, I said you replaced yourself." I handed him a folder. Inside documents, his firm's collapse, the lawsuit I quietly backed, the house he lost at auction. "To me, you bought it. It's a rental now. Tenants move in next week." Cassandra grabbed his arm, whispered something sharp. He didn't respond. I stepped back as the door opened behind them. "Gate's unlocked," I said, "but only opens one way." They walked out. No screaming, no begging, just silence like the kind I lived in for 10 years. People think revenge is about anger. It's not. It's about balance, precision. It's about letting someone burn the bridge, then waiting on the other side with a mansion. I didn't lose a brother. I lost his place and someone else took it. Someone better. Someone who never once called me trash.